Hali's back, lean, confident, and just weeks out from competing. One light, one location, 3 bikinis, let's go. So last fall, Hali was in her bulk phase. Not feeling her most confident, and honestly, that's normal for a competitor. Now she's just weeks out from competing, she's shed the weight, and she's feeling it. There's a small window fitness competitors get when they're lean, confident, actually excited to be in front of a camera, before the dieting and training takes over completely. All right, now let's get into it. We are at an outdoor location, and this is an art gallery within my city. I've chosen this place because I like this texture of the cement and the stone wall. I've chosen the east side of the building because the sun is already set or past us in the west, so I don't have to worry about lighting changing. I have the FJ400 and a 7-foot Westcott umbrella with diffusion set up here. Most importantly, here is my model, Hali. She's a bikini fitness competitor, and she's just a couple of weeks away from her first competition of the season. If you want to see more of Hali, I have a video of her from last fall where she was in her bulk phase, but we did a number of different lighting setups in the gym and indoors. Right now, Hali and I are working to get the lighting dialed in, and we're going based on an Instagrammer that we both like her style. You can see she has this beautiful studio that has natural light coming in from the left-hand side. So I'm using the 7-foot umbrella as my window, as my natural light to emulate this style of photography. I've put it a little bit behind Hali so that the light can kind of wrap around her and hopefully show the definition in her muscles. The saying that imitation is the greatest form of flattery hopefully still rings true here. What I've also done is I've gone through her Instagram, and because I'm not great at posing these types of shoots, we have a reference sheet here that has a bunch of different poses that we might be able to pull off. Go one step darker, and this is we're gonna keep it like that the whole time. So you heard it there. We have set the light, and we are not going to change it the entire time. We are just going to move our body to make sure that the light hits us in different ways, truly emulating that window light that we cannot move or change. Those settings for the entire shoot are f5, 1/320th of a second, ISO 100. I do not touch those for the rest of the evening.
Yes.
That's okay?
Yeah.
All right. Once I get that establishing shot and I like the way it looks, I move around and try different angles and different compositions to maybe focus in on a specific muscle group that the light is hitting in a particular way. And here's a really good example of how I do that. I get this establishing shot here of Hali in this pose, and then I get a closer detailed shot of her abs that look so good in this picture.
This is
Okay, that is. Okay, just wait. Just wait. Stay there. And then I'll just show you. Like that way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, it might be worth mentioning that these models are a little bit different than your regular model, in the sense that Hali's already worked out for 2 hours this morning, and she's flexing the entire photo shoot, which will eventually get tiring. Not to mention that she has an hour of cardio that she has to complete tonight. So please be considerate of how much energy is going into this shoot on behalf of the model. At the same time, you have a professional poser at your disposal. So show them the images so that they can see which muscle is popping in that photo. If you just ask them, can we get this muscle to pop? They probably can do it because that is a skill set that they have. That back and forth collaboration is really the only way you're going to get the best images that you can. When it comes to posing, I can fully admit that this is not my wheelhouse in terms of having a Rolodex of poses in my head that will look good. So we go back and forth to our reference photos to see the poses, to see the angles, and we use that as our guide. Just because we have those reference photos doesn't mean that every photo we take is going to look great. I want you to watch this part of the video from when we were looking off of Instagram on the same site and we're trying to figure out a certain pose. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And where's her gaze looking?
Down.
Oh, just down. Okay, perfect. And then you stay there, and then I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, the zoomed in one from what I saw looked really good. Okay, and then I'll stop there and just so you zoomed in. You don't like it?
No.
Too flat? What about that? Okay, so you can see a little bit of a highlight there. So she kind of opening up to the light, whereas yours might be a little flat there. I'm not sure. Try it. You don't have to move your phone. See a little bit of highlight there. Okay. Well, it's not much better.
Just gonna grow your glutes, Haley. Okay, well.
Or she just has a different body than you.
Yeah.
Okay. While having a reference photo to go off of doesn't mean that you have that exact model in front of you. And while they are extremely amazing athletes, they might not look the same or be able to do the same pose as your reference photo. And luckily, Hali has enough confidence to know that that's just not her body. And we moved on from there. A few things I want to call out from this shoot that I think are worth remembering for your own. First, I picked the wall specifically for the texture of the cement and stone, and I picked the east side specifically because the sun had already passed to the west. That meant the light on the wall wasn't going to shift on me mid-shoot. I had my settings dialed in at f5, 1/320th of a second, and ISO 100, and I didn't touch that. I didn't need to touch it for the rest of the night. The only thing that moved after that was Hali. We treated the umbrella like a fixed window of light, the same way you can't move a window in a studio, and instead of adjusting the light for every pose, we just moved her body to find it. I get that establishing shot first, and then I move tighter to hunt for whatever muscle group is catching the light in a specific way. Wide shot, then detail. We wrapped this shoot up in less than an hour because Hali already had a workout and she had some cardio to do that night. So remember, your model is an athlete that has specific training. Might also be worth noting that when you reach out to an athlete like this, remember what phase they are in their competition season. They're probably not going to want to shoot with you when they're in their bulking season. And if it's too close to their competition, they don't want to mess up their sleep, diet, and exercise routine. One little tip that I should add in here, bring oil. Hali used coconut oil, but if you had some baby oil or something like that, it really brings out the shine in her skin and just highlights her muscles a little bit better. Now, we did bring reference photos into this shoot and they helped, but they're a target, not a guarantee. At one point, we were trying to recreate a specific pose and it just wasn't reading the same on Hali as it did in the reference. Hali's a great sport, so she can handle it, but we just moved on. Lastly, for an athlete like this, I give them all their images and let them choose. From this last scene, Hali didn't choose any of these images. They just weren't the ones that she thought she looked the best. So respect what they think. They are the biggest critic of their body and they want it to look the best that they possibly can. It's her image, her body, her call. So that's the shoot with Hali, weeks out from a competition, feeling the best she's felt all year, and honestly, a completely different experience than when we shot last fall during her bulk phase. If you want to see that one and how differently the whole shoot felt, I've got a video linked right here. Same model, completely different energy. If you pick something up from this one, that's what this channel is all about. Real shoots, real problem solving, figuring it out as we go. Subscribe if it was useful to you. My name's Chris Hartman, and I make videos like this each week. I'll see you in the next one.